Hello, welcome back to another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. Hopefully the audio is a little bit better, though some of the pictures are fuzzy. It's going to be a little bit different. It's a three-way game, 2,250 points in my Wood Elves, pictured here, versus Demons of Chaos and Lizardmen. It's at a new gaming store for me, and so it's pretty exciting stuff. Right up front here, I have 6 Wild Riders with +1 to their leadership, 12 Dryads with the Branch Wraith, an Eagle, 7 War Dancers, a bunch of Glade Guard with my BSB, those steps out of the War Dancers, Treeman Ancient, another 12 Dryads, 6 Treekin, an Eagle that's in the back on that building you cannot see, and some Way Watchers. In the background you can see the Lizardmen. We set up a little odd here, and I kind of ended up pinned between these armies, which is awesome for Wood Elves, especially as you see here when you're playing against Demons and they have a Bloodletter. So I think I might get them wrong, but there's a bunch of Demonettes here of Slanesh, 2 units on the ground and 1 unit that is vanguarded out forward. His Bloodletter, which, yeah, it's always fun. The big unit Pink Horrors in the back with a Herald, and in the middle there he has 2 units. I forget what they're called. Demons of Corn, or I think, whatever. They're Killing Blow, great weapons, that kind of thing. Good times. The Lizardmen have put 2 units of Chameleon Skinks over here in the corner to just kind of poison shot out some guys. And they put another unit out in the middle in front of my guys, kind of hidden behind this thing. This is after their first turn, they've moved a little bit. Big unit of Temple Guard, 2 more units of Skinks out front, the 3 Stegodons, 2 of which are Engines of the Gods, the ones on the left, and then his General on a Croc Score. So this is just an awesome matchup for Wood Elves, especially kind of being caught in the middle between the 2. I think there was a little confusion about setup, but we couldn't be within 18 inches of each other, and I sort of ended up pinned between the 2. I thought it was going to be table end, and sides. Anyways, when we did not play scenario, we just kind of played for fun, and to victor went to spoils. But it was good times. So, first turn, I kind of just move everything up. I figure I have to split my forces, unfortunately, and I have to keep both guys somewhat tied up and at bay. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot some guys off. This unit of Glade Guard in the middle has flaming attacks and a Hail of Doom arrow, so I'm kind of waiting for a good opportunity to use that. These Dryads are powerful, and so I've only sent a little bit over this way to deal with these demons. You can see my Wild Riders are out of the picture. They've charged the Demonettes on their mounts. And, you know, I'm just trying to see what I can do, not trying to commit too much, but we've got this big impassable terrain in the middle, and it's just a bit difficult to figure out what to do. This is my right flank. I had to move out of this force, those Dryads, because it's a blood forest. I didn't want them casting any spells and just killing them straight up. And I couldn't move my Treeman a whole lot. I wasn't certain where I wanted to go with it. My Treekin, I don't want to get too close. And you can see my Eagle on the far side there. I've just gone and tucked him up next to these guys to march block and kind of just make it a pain in the neck for them. He wasn't able to do a whole lot. He tried to reform and march and failed his leadership, so wasn't able to do that. So that was kind of cool, especially for the psychological effect of lizards failing their leadership. He's got a Skinks out in front, and, you know, this is my first game playing at this kind of like pace and speed, and we're just rotating movement turn for a person, player 1, then 2, then 3, then everyone gets a magic phase, and everyone gets a shooting phase, and everyone gets their close combat. So the game went pretty fast. So here are my Wild Riders to charge in, and man, am I good at just wasting these guys. First off, I didn't realize how burly these Demonettes were, and then when you throw a Bloodletter in there, I thought I'd snuck by, but with his flying, he was easily able to do everything, and I really didn't have anything else to do with these Wild Riders, so I was just hoping to get them to stand up, last a little bit. You can see how the rest of his army's moved up. On the far side, you'll notice that the Pink Horrors and that smaller unit of Killing Blow guys. Has turned to face the 2 units of skinks that have moved around to shoot him in the flank. Otherwise, the Demonettes here just kind of creep up a little bit closer. Again, if I hadn't moved the Wild Riders, everything would have charged me, and so maybe I should have just redirected and sat back and let my War Dancers flank. That would have been a lot smarter, but I didn't really see it. The Pink Horrors flame a unit and a half of skinks to death, and the other one flees or something. Flees off the board, so that was nice for him. As expected, I get it handed to me and just get destroyed handily, which is a shame. But what can you do? That's alright. Was to be expected. So, turn 2, I fly my eagle out in front. Unfortunately, this is the day I broke my eagle, so he doesn't actually block any line of sight. And more importantly, with the fly, I should have put him in front of the Slanesh guys, or whatever they are. Not the big Bloodletter. Just let the Bloodletter fly. I've put my Treeman Ancient with his Annoyance Nedlings out as a sort of bait. You'll see here I've moved up the Dryads, and yeah, I just wanted to be able to redirect a little bit. If he wants to come charge me, he's going to do it pretty much no matter what, and I want to be able to redirect. Those are four burly, nasty beasts that I don't really have any way to deal with. So I'm hoping he charges with one of the Stegs and I can survive a little bit, do some wounds back, and see what happens. Dryads are pretty awesome. The tree can have charged the skinks who fled, and so they've just moved up a little bit. Still not enough to be able to charge the temple guard up top there. I know it'd be probably a mess, but I figure I want to get in that combat under my the way I want to get into it, you know. If I make the decisions, I have a decent chance, although he has Strength 4, Toughness 4, Strength 5, Toughness 5. We'll see. So you can see I've kind of moved everything else up. This is where it would have been great to have the War Dancers flank the Demonettes who are attacking the Wild Riders, rather than have them just sitting out here, but they're kind of sitting ducks. And you can see there's a direct line from the Bloodletter to the Treeman Ancient. But I do charge in here with all my Dryads. One thing to note is I got a little overzealous, and in the rush mixed up the weapon skills. I did roll my attacks with the Dryads here on the wrong weapon skill throughout the game. It probably would not have mattered. I rolled really well with these guys anyways, and won by so many points, but I might have lost some more extra guys and stuff, so I recognized that and made a mistake there. So he charges in with both. At the end of combat, both the Bloodletter and the Treeman Ancient have 1 wound. I'm stubborn. Lose by 1. Rerollable 9. No problem. The War Dancers, I give them an extra attack, thinking they're going to whoop up, and they get kind of whooped up on. I've killed a few guys, but not that many. Down to 2. That's alright. Here you go. Weapon skills, 6 rules. Which I do have with the Branch Wraith, but I must have just slipped that over. Anyways, I kill all but 2 of these guys. He attacks back, doesn't kill anybody, and beat them pretty handily, which was sweet. Like I said, Dryads are pretty awesome. I would go first and do a lot of damage anyways. Would just last a little bit longer. But overrun into these guys, where you can imagine I'll be able to do the same next round. So looking at this, I mean, basically what I feel like I should have done is had just my 2 units of Dryads over on this side to take care of most of this. They probably could have handled most anything except the Bloodletter, and maybe the War Dancers to back them up, because the War Dancers are pretty awesome if you're right, and I keep using the Wild Riders wrong, where they should be the ones doing the flanking. Lizards movement, they charge here with the Carnosaur, and I've been shooting at him a little bit. I've done a couple wounds, and on the charge, my stand and shoot reaction, I'm able to kill the Carnosaur out from underneath the Old Blood, which is awesome, because that certainly weakens him a bit, although he still has a rerollable 1-up armor save and a 4+ ward save, which is, let's just say, tough for the Wood Elves. 1 Steg charges into these Dryads, This is before combat. I've lost a couple to shooting, but I've done pretty well with my ward saves. And not too many. He doesn't get a whole lot of impact hits, and with my initiative I get to go first, and I kill almost all the skinks. This is the Demons' other side of the board, where they've kind of turned and they're moseying on up to affect this one unit of these 2 units of skinks, one of which is hiding. I mean, the Lizardman player got to just focus everything on me, and these demons really didn't do anything, and it just ended up being a fight in the middle. So I put my eagle in front over here. What I should have perhaps done is I end up fleeing and lose the eagle. I should have waited, stayed in combat, kind of just got everything all a little bit more confused and turned up. But I do direct everybody with this one guy over away from me, so even if the game was going to continue much longer, this is turn 3, I think, maybe turn 4, turn 3. It still is directing everything away from me. Here you can see from my side, this is where I'm set up. I've had a lot of shots at the old blood. I don't do great, and I think I'm unable to wound him the whole game, but that is all right. You know, it's tough to beat that 1-up armor ward save, and so I, looking forward, I should find some other options how to do that. So this is before combat. In the second round, my Way Watchers are kind of running around again. They should have been over focusing on the old blood, because they could negate his armor save, but I'm about as bad with the Way Watchers as I am with the Wild Riders, and just get him stuck out in the middle of nowhere. After combat, he's done 1 more wound on me. I guess I don't wound him. I just keep fluffing my attacks. I've got the Annoyance and Edlings, which is sweet. So he's surviving pretty well, but I'd like to be able to do some more wounds on his Bloodletter, maybe even beat him. Again, I should have flanked and attacked and just got combat res. Anyways, I lose 3 Dryads. I kill most of the skinks. Don't do any wounds on the Steg. Finally, after this is the 3rd round of combat, so this is turn 4. I've got 4 wounds on my Tree Man. He's got 2 on his Bloodletters. My Way Watchers, my War Dancers finally die. The Way Watchers are down to 2, and they've got that flame thing on them, so I'm trying to run out of the way of that. And I kill all the Demonettes over here. End up losing the Way Watchers from movement. Yeah, anyhow, I mean, I made a lot of mistakes. I rushed to a lot of things. Some were in my favor, like this weapon skill thing, which was just silly. I can't believe I did that. Others, I wasted my Way Watchers, Wild Riders. The War Dancers were not wasted, but they could have done better. In the middle here, this is turn 5 still. The Stegadon beats it with the help of the old blood, destroys the Dryads, overruns, pursues, catches them. Is in this forest. He ends up backing out to get away from my Treekin. He flank charges me here, and doesn't matter, we're still in a challenge, but the Bloodletter does the 2 wounds necessary, and I fail both my armor saves. Of course, I don't get ward saves. This is where, I made a big sacrifice and did not have any big caster at this level, so I couldn't buff up my Tree Man. You can see the old blood and a Steg have charged my Glade Guard. The Glade Guard survive and don't flee because they're stubborn 9. But I do lose my BSB to the old blood. I put him in the challenge thinking I'd have a chance, maybe doing something. That's maybe kind of dumb. Anyways, so I pretty much lose everything. I think the Demons and the Lizardmen were pretty close together, but that's what happens when Wood Elves get caught in the middle and make dumb decisions. It's a really fun game, and I look forward to the next one, and hopefully I will make less mistakes. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy.